All right, welcome to a brand new episode of A Tribe Called. I am your host, Sharonda Niles, also known as the Business Challenge Assassin. But for the sake of this show, I want to be your new business best friend. Today we got an exciting show. That's what I'm going to say. This is one exciting show that is about to happen because everything in the world just tried to keep it from happening. So I know that it is obviously very important for you to hear this young woman who is about to speak because everything tried to stop us, but we're here and we are about to do it. So let me introduce to you Miss Sharonda Myricks. She is from Perennial Financials, and she is about to school us on something that we need to really take a light to. There's a new movement happening, and we as entrepreneurs do not want to miss out on this. If this is your thing, this is definitely the person that you need to meet. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Oh, goodness. All right. So I am Sharonda, and you know what? A lot of people mispronounce my last name. I just got someone to mispronounce it yesterday. It's Myricks. So just be like Myricks.
Oh,
Myricks.
Okay, I said Myricks.
So Myricks.
My bad.
I get Myricks all the time.
Okay.
I get Myricks all the time. And then people say, well, what nationality are you? I'm black. Black. Okay. Black. All right. And if I want to make them uncomfortable, I think maybe that was my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather that owned that family's last name, if I really want to make you uncomfortable. But
okay.
Anyway.
All right. It's Myricks. I like that because it's like, yeah, possession. Got it.
Right.
Yes.
So I am Sharonda Myricks. My background is in accounting. I've been fortunate enough to be in accounting since I graduated college, and I'll be able to have a career. A lot of people graduate a degree and don't get to actually stay in that field. I actually I feel very blessed to be able to stay in that field for over 14 years.
Yes.
So my background is in corporate accounting, the corporate world. And so I learned a lot about the nit and grit of the corporate environment, which really, I think, helped structure me as an entrepreneur. In that journey, I have become a QuickBooks ProAdvisor as well. During that journey, a lot of my clients use QuickBooks Online as an accounting platform to help them just keep their finances together. So a lot of people want to get a loan. They ask them if they got any financial statements. They say no. I always offer up QuickBooks. I also provide training in that for beginners or novice intermediate people who's trying to get better acquainted with it, that feels overwhelmed and frustrated. Because I remember when I first used QuickBooks back in 2012, I wanted to throw the whole computer out the window. Like, it happened.
Yep.
So
yeah, I'm part
I
of that.
understand. So you was there too, guys. So I understand the frustration, and I actually worked for Intuit for a while. And you have to be an expert on the platform, and you have to get certified. So I use that expertise in my business as well to help a lot of my clients and other people that I don't even know, small business owners that I know are frustrated. Now, up till today, I decided to pivot my business when I got more acclimated about the cannabis movement. Now, when I found out about the cannabis, they call it a movement because this statistic alone, it may have changed since I last researched it last year, but 87% of the cannabis industry is dominated by white men.
Let's just pause right there. Let's just pause.
87%.
That is, that's not shocking though. It's not shocking. Because, yeah, it doesn't shock me at all. However, we don't have to allow it to stay that way.
Yeah. But that's what really got me to get into this industry. I was just at a point where I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was at a point where I was just tired of people that look like me not having the same opportunities as the majority. I'll say majority, because it's not just white men are the majority, but just the majority has so many opportunities and so many breaks that we do not get. And I was just frustrated, and I was just tired. I was just tired. So I dug into that rabbit hole, started researching and looking into it, and I didn't see a lot of people that look like me. Did not see a lot of people. And another thing, the percentage of African Americans or even Black, Indigenous, and people of color that has a license in legalized states is less than 25%.
Wow.
Let me lean into the mic. Less than 25%.
Less than 20. Wow.
So a lot of people that are locked up over marijuana, whether it's a joint or it's pounds, are locked up for years. While majority of people are making millions of dollars
for the same
for the same thing. For 2022, it is projected that this industry will hit over $4 billion.
Wow. Now,
and keep in mind, 87% is white males. So that's why a lot of people, if people are in this industry or trying to get into this industry, they hear a lot of chatter about now they're trying to reform laws so that minorities can get a license. So they're trying to reform the law so that we can get at the front of the line. You know what I mean? Which is awesome, which is good. But here's the thing. If we get to the front of the line, that's great. But can you make it financially responsible for us to be able to afford it?
Yes.
The application shouldn't still be $100,000. Can we bring it down to maybe $2,000? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a lot of challenges, and that's what made me pivot my business to become a cannabis accountant, because I want to educate us so that we can be able to equally jump into this and get licenses and be able to provide resources for our family and just generational wealth so that we can own something too. Because if you want to be all the way real, we were the one out here doing what we had to do, selling it, and got locked up for it, and now it's legal. So why can't we be a part of it?
Right. So let us out and give us the money.
Let us out, clean our record.
Yes. So that we can get some of those billions. And I want to make it known that just because we're talking about cannabis, for those people who are not, educated in the industry, it's not just about people getting high. Like, cannabis is used for a lot of medicinal medications. It is healing for people who have cancer or other terminal illnesses. Like, there are so many benefits to the cannabis plant that I feel like we knew originally that our people knew that we used that. But then it was turned into something negative because all the laws and the regulations were put on it. And it was a way to put us away and keep us from having, once again, something that already belonged to us. So I don't want people to think that we're here promoting, people getting high or being on drugs. But cannabis is, first of all, a plant that is grown from the earth. So let's
be real clear. Yes. Cannabis is bigger than getting high. Let's be real clear.
Absolutely.
Because just a little background about me. When I was younger, I'm from the southside of Chicago. So growing up, I've seen a lot of drug addicts just on my walk to school.
Right.
So when I was growing up, drugs was a no. And I was taught as a little girl that marijuana is a gateway drug.
Yes.
You use that, you gonna end up on something
everything.
Stronger.
Right.
So you hear that over and over again. You begin to be programmed to believe that's all it's about. Now that I'm older and I've done more research, it helps so much, and it's so many different. It's hundreds of strands that has benefits for particular things.
And they are still creating more strands every single day.
If you have anxiety, it will help for that.
Yep. CBD is something that has changed my life amazingly, which comes from the cannabis plant.
Exactly.
And even speaking of anxiety, like, I used to deal with a lot of anxiety, and I got, educated about CBD, and I was just like you. Initially, I was like, well, it comes from marijuana. I know that that's a drug, and being young, and I'm from St. Louis, and I had friends, family. I mean, I dabbled back in the day on, with that. So I kind of like I felt a certain way. There was like this fear and this, yes, it was attached to it, and I didn't want to. But when the person sat down with me and like explained all the things, and because I'm a person who I live more of an herbal life, I don't like medication. Medication is my very last resort for everything. And when I said that, he said, and that is why you need to try this, because this is going to, and you can get yourself in a regimen. It doesn't have to be every day. And when I tell you, that changed the game for me.
And let me clear this up. CBD is a strand of marijuana. CBD does not have THC in it. Right. THC is the ingredient that is more hallucinogenic. Yeah. So that is the one where a lot of people that smoke weed, it will give them that high.
Right.
Whereas CBD does not have THC in it, and it's specifically for wellness purposes.
It is. It's definitely, and it is amazing.
Yes.
It is absolutely amazing. I have several different types of CBD that I use for different things, for weight loss, for, exercise, for just everyday wellness. When I was having some issues, I dealt with some situations that were related to COVID and had some breathing issues, and I had a CBD strand that actually helped my lungs to heal. So for all of those people that are listening and you're hearing, cannabis and THC and CBD, do not turn your ear away, because this is still a market that could be beneficial to almost anybody. I feel like any business entity that you are in, there is probably a space for cannabis.
Let me give you an example. Chiropractor. I know a chiropractor that specifically has products for CBD.
Wow.
With oils to help massage and relax and really relax your muscles for like soreness. Like he specifically has CBD in his chiropractic practice. I know people who have bakers. Everybody got a Miss Early Jean around the corner that makes the bomb pound cake. I know people who make really amazing desserts that add either THC or CBD to them. I met someone at a conference that specializes in barbecue sauce and hot sauce.
Wow.
And his daughter had some, I can't remember what it was, but had a terminal illness, and he did research. He knew CBD would help her with her aches and pains in her body, but she would never take the little tincture in her mouth. He knew she loved barbecue sauce, and she got a different thing barbecue sauce. So what he did, he created a barbecue sauce and hot sauce that she would love, but he infused CBD in it.
That's genius.
It's so many I know, right? Yes. Let me tell you. I said I want one of everything. I bought all of the barbecue sauce and hot sauce, and it's probably actually his hot sauce is the best hot sauce I've ever tasted. And I love Louisiana hot sauce, and I love red hot sauce. His hot sauce.
You're gonna have to give me his information. We might have to have him on the show too. We're gonna have to have him on the show.
He's from Louisiana, and he has a very interesting story. I will refer him. He needs to be on this show.
Okay, awesome. Yes,
but it's so many different.
It is, because come to think of it, I have a body wash that I use that is hemp based, which is part of
right there.
And I know a lot of people who do bath and body products for that. I know someone that does candles, that they infuse CBD into the candles so that when you are burning it. So I just want people to know that just because we're talking about that, one reason why I wanted you to be on here was, number one, because you were talking about the financial aspect. And we know in business, in entrepreneurship, in the Black community, here is where we fail when it comes to our financials a lot. And I'm sure you know that, because you're working with our people, and I'm even guilty of it. Like, before I really learned QuickBooks, I was a mess. I was all over the place. But now I tell people the easiest thing for you to do, if you cannot afford an accountant of your own, and I'm in a business cohort right now, and there were people talking about having a CPA, and I was like, you don't have to have a CPA when you are, just starting a business. You're in those first 5 years. You can afford a CPA, but you can't afford QuickBooks. And QuickBooks will get your life together.
Let me say, and I got a promo code. I have a promo code where you could get it half off. How about that?
Wonderful. We're going to put that in the links to this show. So everybody that does not have QuickBooks already can get QuickBooks, because I will tell you, QuickBooks changed my life, and I learned about QuickBooks through because I was doing my own taxes. I actually, was educated in doing tax preparation, decided that I didn't want to do that as a career, but then I started using TurboTax, which was easier, and then TurboTax was giving me a discount to QuickBooks. So I was like, well, if you're going to give me a discount, well, actually, they gave it to me free at first because I was using their platform, so I would get it every year. And then it just got to the point where I can't live without QuickBooks. Like, I don't know what to do, but QuickBooks does know what to do.
It organizes your finances so that it can produce those financial statements that you need as a business owner for whatever. For tax preparation, for a grant, for a loan.
Listen, that is my testimony. I was applying for a grant. And they asked me for some projections and some information, and I was able to go into QuickBooks and pull it up on a month-by-month basis and send it to them. And when I say that has always been what has intimidated me about applying for loans and applying for grants, is you asking me about projections and what my spending was, and I don't know any of that.
I just need some money.
I'm trying to get the money from you so I can spend it. But also it made a lot of sense because I was like, all right, well, if I do get this money, I need to be able to report to them what I did with it as well.
And it would show you that allocation.
It did. And it changed after that, I was like, listen, because at that point I was like, do I really need this after that? And then when I got the grant, I was like, oh, I
need it.
I'm going to have QuickBooks until I can afford a CPA. How about that?
Exactly.
This just going to be my financial system. So I don't get paid from QuickBooks, but I'm just saying, something similar, whatever it is that you use, have something, it works. So let's take a quick little break. I want to talk a little bit more about Sharonda and who she is, because you just spilled the whole game in the first few minutes of the show, which is absolutely awesome. But I want people to know a little more about you. I will say this personally, her and I do not know each other that well. We've talked, this is maybe our second time talking, but today has been one of those days. Everything in the world tried to keep this show from happening. We had technical difficulties, and I know out there most people, they won't tell you all the background stuff, but this is a real show. We keep it real on here. Everything tried to stop this recording from happening. We were learning stuff as we go along, because I'm just real. Like, I'm new to this. I have people on my show who are new to other things, and maybe they're trying to learn. So we were learning how to stream and how to edit, how to get it together, how to bring people in on stuff. And I'm still learning some things. But when I say I believe it was absolutely necessary for her to be here today, because everything tried to stop it.
There's so much going on.
And I so appreciate your patience that you were not like, look, I don't have time for this. He was like, nope, I'm here. Whatever you. I was like, thank you.
I'm multitasking.
Thank you for her. I'm so happy that she still, because I want her on. So I want people to get to know you. Tell us about I like to call them the preneurs. What type of preneur are you? Are you a mompreneur, a wifepreneur, a solopreneur?
All the above. I am a mompreneur. Okay. I am a wifepreneur, and I am a solopreneur. I found out the most cost-efficient way to run your business is to be able to see if you need to add people, and if you do, at what dollar amount do you need to add them. So, like, for example, for me, like, a lot of people, I got my business, I'm going to bring this person on, bring that person on. Before they know it, their money is dwindling out, and now they can't afford the help that they have. And a lot of times they didn't need all their help to begin. So,
yep.
I am a solopreneur, that contracts out work that either I don't want to do, I don't have time to do, or I'm giving someone else a chance that's coming up in the same industry exposure to be able to do. So if I contract it out, I'm able to project a budget to how much I can spend on that individual. Whereas having an employee where you have to pay payroll taxes, wages, there's no need for me in my business right now to actually hire another person on. Now, when I get to a certain dollar amount and revenue, I will actually hire employees. But until then, and I think it's important for everyone, know what that dollar amount is. Yes. Know what that volume is, whether it be products, whether it be services. Know what that volume is before you need to add someone. Number one, it helps you plan your money accordingly, and it helps you save accordingly, and it helps you move smart in your business. But yeah, I'm a solopreneur, and I contract my work. So I'm also in a phase in my business where I'm pivoting quite a bit, like I said, into the cannabis field, but I'm also wanting to come more into my purpose. So a lot of people say, oh, I got passion projects. It's good to have a passion project, but a purpose project fulfills you. You know what I mean? So I'm really transitioning into my purpose project, because I know when you walk in your purpose, you have so much peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm here for protecting my peace. You know what I mean?
That was just a word. I love that you said it's good to have passion projects, but your purpose project, I've never really thought of what my purpose is as being a project, but when you state it that way, it kind of like shifted something for me, because
it shifted that mindset.
It should be I'm very much aware of what my purpose is now, and that's something that I've been dealing with for this whole year, and I've had some revelations over the last couple of weeks about even this show is like part of what my purpose is. So it took me a minute to realize it, to recognize it, but I have come to that point of understanding it, and now it's like I don't want to go outside of that. I'm just like, it's almost like when you write a business plan, and your business plan is your guidance, and it is the thing that you are supposed to measure everything against your business plan. Is this in line with my mission? Is this in line with my vision? Well, that's where I am. I'm just like, my purpose as an individual has to meet up with my business life, what I do, like everything. I'm measuring it to what my purpose is now. Absolutely. So I've actually created like my life mission, which is exactly what my purpose is. And now
you on point.
When things come, I'm just like, that's not meeting it.
Now you know, so you don't waste your time on stuff that's not in line.
Yes, and it feels so. It's not even like it feels good. What you said is it puts me at peace, so I don't have to feel like I'm in a rat race or I'm on a hamster wheel, just going, doing things for no reason. I'm just like, oh, that don't match. You know what? No, that's not going to work for me. That's and I'm a relationship developer. I help people develop relationships. I am a relationship strategist, personal relationships, business relationships, just social, community relationships, all of that. I have been able to say to people in the last few months, oh, I'm sorry, that does not match with what my direction is at this time. Maybe we can follow up at another time, but I appreciate you contacting me, and I don't feel any level of guilt about that.
Exactly.
So that was profound. Like, if you don't know what your purpose is, get to figuring it out, because I think that helps us, not just there's an internal connection to that. And then it changes the way that you are able to do things.
And then it opens up so many opportunities in your lane of where you're supposed to be.
Yes. Because then you know what your lane is. We talk about that all the time. Stay in your lane, but a lot of people don't know where their lane is.
Girl, they all.
Yeah. and that's not to be negative. You should be seeking your lane, like figure out where your lane is. And sometimes that means you have to go in and out of other things. You might take some detours. You're going to make some U-turns. But once you figure out where your lane is, then
that's that sweet spot.
If it's not, that
sweet spot. Let me tell you, it's peaceful. It is so peaceful.
It is peaceful.
You know, when you find your purpose, I feel like it's like your purpose. It's the equivalent to minding your business.
Yes.
And some people hear that and think it's negative. No. Mind your business.
Yep.
I don't have time for that because I'm minding my business. My focus is on my business.
Yes.
What concerns me and my purpose. That's why I be telling people sometimes I have clients that will be like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. I was like, you need to figure out what it is that you should be doing. Now, I know it's a lot that you want to do. Mm-hmm. And if you are like scatterbrained, because I could be like that sometimes too, write it down, write all those ideas down and put it in a box. Now put it to the side. When you're ready to come to them, they'll be right there. They don't have to dance in your head no more. Absolutely. Now you're able to focus on what your lane is. Okay? Now, once you focus on your lane, you're able to oh, look at that. There's peace. There is peace. And it helps you to focus. Now you can really hone in on that. Somebody used to always tell me, focus on your focus.
Focus
like, what does that mean?
On
you always
your
say, focus on your focus. Because if you focus on your focus, you ain't got time to lift your head up and see
what everybody else is doing. Yes. Like, that is, whew. She giving it, y'all. She is giving it. These are all things, but it's always great to talk to somebody that resonates with what your thought, especially where you are at the moment. And for me, it's so much joy in it. Like I have been this is about to be my year of 45. So I'm planning out all of these things. And I had a conversation yesterday with a friend of mine, and I was just saying there are some things that have been so separated in my life before, but now I feel like they're all meshing together and it feels good. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah, it feels good. I was like, this is it. I'm not saying like, this is my year. But this is my year of purpose. Like I can recognize where I am. I am living in my purpose and living in my purpose. So now it's starting it started on the inside where I was kind of quiet about it, and now it's starting to come out, and I can't do anything about it coming out, and I'm just like excited about it coming out. So
look, I'm excited to see it in the ground level. Woo. So when you blow up your weight, I'll be like, yeah, I remember back when,
back when we had all them issues trying to record a radio show.
I remember back when. Now she got a whole team doing it, but I remember back when.
And you said something very important when you were talking about being a solopreneur, because I'm in a lot of groups and atmospheres with people, and I hear people saying things, and it's another thing about me knowing where I belong and I'm okay being a solopreneur, because when I need help, I know how to go out and outsource for that assistance or outsource for information that I don't know. But a lot of people...
Wait, say that again. Say it louder for the people in the back.
For the people in the back. You outsource when you don't know what to do. You find the expert that does know what to do. And there's two things with that. Just because you are an entrepreneur does not make you an expert at everything. We didn't
be a master at everything. Okay.
We didn't get into this to be an expert at everything. I know that I am excellent. I'm an expert at building relationships. That's where I live. Yes, I know some other things. I have some other talents, but marketing is not my thing. Financials is definitely not my thing. There's so many things that are not my thing. And also, there are so many things that I don't like to do.
I don't even want to do it.
I don't want to do it. I don't like to do it. It aggravates me. So if I can find someone else that knows how to do these things, then I will gladly give them the money to handle it.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to do that just to say that I'm a person that has a team of 15 or a team of 30 people, because honestly, that's not where I really see myself, is having this huge group of people that works for me. Now, I do want to have people that work with me in my, in providing the services that I do, but I just don't see myself as,
a core team.
I just don't see myself as a person that's ever going to have that type of business where I have 1,000 people working for me, because if I can't have a relationship with those 1,000 people, then it doesn't fit me within my purpose, because
and
I have to have relationships.
and it's good that you identify that and you know that, because then it helps you on how you move forward in your business.
Absolutely.
Like, now, for me and my business, I know I have a number. I need to bring somebody on board full time when I have 25 clients.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have I had 25 clients since then? Yes. But I've had 25 clients where maybe 10 of them were projects that I guided them through.
Right.
I'm talking about 25 clients that I am helping on a monthly basis,
mm-hmm.
where I am
consistently rotating 25
exactly.
people. Yes, because
where I'm on retainer.
Mm-hmm.
Put it that way. Where I'm on retainer and there is a monthly flat fee. I need 25 of those individuals before I say, "Hey, let me hire another account."
Gotcha.
So everyone should have that number, because if you don't know, then you just find that seat of your pants.
That's something that I you just gave me something that I need to work on. Like, what is the point that I know I definitely need to hire someone? Because I really have. Well, you know what? I take that back. I have thought about that, because I just took on someone to help me with my strategy groups, because I said, all right, this is 2 groups. I can't manage these people alone. And she is someone that I knew but did not know that she had the skills. So I didn't set that number ahead of time, but I did recognize, oh wait, I'm not going to be able to provide the outcomes, the expected outcomes, if I try to handle it all alone. So I'm very, let's just be real. Sometimes
even people with product-based stuff like e-commerce, like you can be like, you can go from being at home, have a home office, a spare bedroom, doing all the packaging, labeling, and you can do, I don't know, 125 orders by yourself. Right. You're good. But what happens when you go viral and now you booming?
Right.
Your e-commerce store or your storefront, whatever products you sell, now you like nervous and stressed out because you're burnt out and overworked. So if you know you can do 120 comfortably by yourself, if you know you project it and you see if you do your financials, you see your projection slowly increasing and going up, you need to say, okay, I need to hire someone when I hit the 225 mark.
Right. Full
time. Or an intern. So if you can't afford to hire somebody full time and actually give them a paycheck, bring in an intern. Like, I've been there and done that before. Everybody wants experience. Everybody wants an opportunity. Yes. So, it's good to, like you said, it's good to have that number. And if you don't have that number in mind, you're possibly on your way to being burnt out.
And as far as an intern, listen, if you are in any city that has any college that offers any type of business class or entrepreneurship class, those students are waiting to work with somebody and to learn from them. And it costs you very little money. It would cost you very little money. Maybe like a gas card.
I'm dead serious.
Like so serious. Yes, interns are definitely a great way to have some help. And I agree with you, because what if you making 125 in your products by yourself, and then a major retailer contacts you and says, hey, we need 125 of those a week. Now what?
And you did not plan for that ahead of time. A lot of people don't even project that. A lot of people don't even put that pen to paper to say, okay, when I get to this point, because a lot of people work in their business.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not on their business.
Ooh, that's good. In their business.
There's a difference. When you in your business, you can't look up to see what's going on because you're in the process. But when you're working on your business, you're the person that, I like to say, go fishing. You're the person that actually go fishing, catch the bait, bring it back. When you're working on your business, when you go fishing, you're working on a strategy. You got to figure out what's the right pole. You got to figure out where to go fish at. What's the best pond. You're actually working on it.
I love that. So give some suggestions about how people can go from working in their business to actually working on their business.
And I'm speaking from my experience in my own business and from clients that I've worked with. You have to be intentional about planning the time to be able to do this. You have to be intentional. So for me, for example, my time of the day while I'm bright-eyed, bushy-tailed is in the AM. Okay. I'm a morning person.
Yes.
So top of the morning, girl, you can't see, but I got a desk full of notebooks and notebooks for specific things.
Yes.
Like notebooks for content, notebook for how to plan out my day, notebook for the specific QuickBooks, a notebook for Cannabis. Like, you have to be intentional. And I plan out where my business is right now. So just an example, look and see how much money you bring in, what your revenue is for the month consistently. Write that number down. That's your dollar amount that you bring in each month. Then under that, write down all your expenses, all the money that goes out the door on a regular basis. Write that down. Now, the difference between those two is what you're left with. A lot of people say, oh, that's the profit or loss, depending on where you're at in your business. Right. That's what you're left with. If you're left with that consistently on a monthly basis, that's what you have to play with to figure out your projection. So if you see it on a monthly basis, it goes from $1,200 to $2,500 to $500. You can be able to see the activity each month on what happens to dictate those numbers. So if you are able to, that's what the projection is. You can be able to expect those end result numbers each month. Hey, guess what? You already got half of the answer right there. Now you can say, all right, so this is what I have to work with relatively each month. So let's look to the future. A lot of people don't look to the future. They wing it. Right. So let's look to the future. Let's look. I'm an accountant, so I'll go by quarters. If we in the second quarter, let's look to the fourth quarter. What happens in the fourth quarter? Holiday sales, Black Friday, Thanksgiving. Let's look to that. So whether you provide a service or a product, let's start planning for then. All right, so you relatively have this much money left over. Okay, what do you need? You need marketing, right? If you want to buy ads, you need to buy ads so people can see more. You need more product because you anticipate to sell more, right? During the holiday. So that's what I mean. That's a really good example of how to look at the financial side of right now so that you can prepare for what you plan on doing.
That is, she is dishing it out. I'm learning today. Like, we entrepreneurs, and when you are an entrepreneur, you step out there, you do it, and then you kind of fix it as you go along. And so, and I don't think anything's wrong with that. I think that makes us so much more brave, and it takes away a lot of fear, and it keeps you motivated to continue to do it. So now I'm like going through like, hey, wait, have I done that? Am I okay? So I need to know when are my times that I know that, people will be more interested in the services that I'm offering or whatever else I have coming up. So I'm learning today. This is
another good one. I had they wasn't my business coach, but I had a business coach tell me, whether you're selling products or services, if you're ever confused on when to plan for when to plan in your business. So for like people who sell services or products that are planning for Black Friday,
right?
When do Macy's and JCPenney's usually start to plan for it? They plan in January for Black Friday in December. So in quarter one, they already thinking about end of the year.
Yes.
So, but here's the thing: a lot of entrepreneurs that are working in their business, they don't think about Black Friday sales in their business.
No, not to the last minute until somebody says, oh, well, what are you doing? You hear the coaches or you're seeing some influencer that's saying, oh, well, you need to be thinking about Black Friday. And then they immediately rush to go try to create something. And
replicate what these big old corporations are doing. Yes. Replicate what they don't reinvent the wheel.
Right.
They plan in January what they're going to do at the end of the year.
Yep.
So what do you think they plan? Okay, so this is a good example. Everybody shop at Walmart or Target. When do you see the summer stuff come? You don't see the summer stuff come out in summer.
You don't.
You see the summer stuff come out early spring. You're like, it's still cold outside. They got bathing suits. That's how much they plan in advance in anticipation of the sales for the summer.
Yes. Or an example is like the fall comes And immediately a week before Thanksgiving, you start seeing all the Christmas stuff.
Exactly.
And then the
closer we didn't make it through Thanksgiving.
Right. Can we get some fall decorations?
I remember one time, I think it was July, I saw Halloween stuff.
Yes.
I said, oh my God, can I get some fall?
Yeah. So they are, you're right.
But that's called marketing. They're already planting a seed in your head to get you revved up and anticipated. So it ain't like they drop Halloween stuff on Halloween. No. They drop it in advance. Why? Because you're going to keep coming to that store and you're going to walk past that multiple times. It's planting the seed. It's planting the seed. You have to do the same thing with your business.
Yes.
Oh, you trying to launch a product in September? Don't start slow dripping little snippets out, little teasers right now. So that when you do launch it, can't nobody say, I ain't even know. Yeah, you know, because I've been flooding you.
Well, of course, people still gonna say they didn't know because, our attention span is so. But that's very true because sales, even back in the day, sales used to say you need at least 7 touches. And now you need more than 7 because people are being flooded with so much information. I just told some people, I was like, you probably need to touch people like 15, 20 times before they even be like, oh, yeah. Okay.
I remember.
That's right. Oh, you do. How about you do have a radio show? I keep forgetting. I know. But that's okay. I'm going to keep putting it out there in front of you. So man, she is just bringing all the knowledge today, not just financial. She has brought us everything, gave us some little marketing tidbits. Okay, so I want to do something. I'm doing this a little different today because we got right into the good stuff. I call this my rapid fire round. That's what we're going to do.
Oh,
so
Lord,
people can get to know who Sharonda is. Okay, so tell us, what is a guilty pleasure that you have?
My guilty pleasure is reality TV.
Ooh.
But it's not all reality.
Okay.
And my husband, it get on my husband's nerve. I'm like, why you be watching that? I said, reality TV for me is an escape from my reality. So I get to peek into somebody else's reality.
Okay.
So basically, you being nosy. I'm like, that ain't really. I mean, you put it.
Well,
like
they put it out there, so.
Like I like Housewives of Atlanta. I like 90 Day Fiance. That's right there. I love watching that 90 Day Fiance. What's Love After Lockup? These people be dating people that's locked up and then they get out.
See, I don't even watch
I love
TV,
watching that show.
I don't know that one. I know 90 Day Fiance. I know Real Housewives of Atlanta. They used to be my show. I had to take myself out of that because I was getting too emotionally involved.
I did take myself out. I just got back in.
Oh, okay.
Got back in.
Okay. All right.
But that 90 Day Fiance, I'm committed to. But that Love After Lockup, I said, look, but them the only three. And I can't get any more in my system because I be telling my husband, he be like, hey, you hear about this show? I'm like, I can't be committed to another show. Those are the 3.
I'm all committed out for the year. Okay.
That's my guilty pleasure.
Let's see. You said that you're a mom. Tell us about your little sweetheart.
My little mini me. So my daughter is 2. She'll be turning 3 this summer, Lord. And it flew by. She is actually a pandemic baby.
Okay.
She was born right before the pandemic, right before everything shut down. So she didn't get to go to daycare, anything like that. She was at home with me and my husband her whole 2 years. And I was sharing with you as soon as we got on that she started preschool on Monday.
Right.
And it was hard for all of us. Lord, she crying. I'm trying to hold it together. My husband, like, she ain't got to be here. She come home with us. And I'm like, well, hold on, man. So today is day 2 of preschool for my daughter Logan. Yeah, little Logan. She's a social butterfly. And,
yes.
A lot of people always say I didn't know my purpose until I had my child. I tell you what, she enhanced it by folk.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful.
She enhanced it. She really, really did. And it's just something about looking at a person that looks like you. You look at them and you see yourself. Like you see your face. Like she is a better version of me. And I get excited about teaching her. And I get excited about experiencing life. I feel like for a second time because I get to see it in her eyes now. You know?
Oh, that's
so
sweet.
A beautiful thing.
Oh, that's so sweet. But yes, you're doing well. I'm so proud of you because I know we got on and you were just like, oh, Girl, don't make me tears.
The struggle.
It's so sweet. I can't wait to years from now when you have like 2 or 3 more, and you be like, girl, please, they at school.
They at school, they fine. What's up? What they fine? What you doing? Look.
That's so funny. Okay, so what is a piece of advice that you would give to younger Sharonda?
Number 1, take your time.
Yes.
Not just with these boys, just take your time. Don't rush into becoming an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rush to experience life. Take your time, because you're going to look up 20 years later and be like, thinking that shoulda, coulda, woulda song. I hate that song.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Yeah, me too.
The shoulda, coulda, woulda song. Talking about, man, I wish I could have did this different. I wish I could have did that different. Take your time.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I would have taught the Sharonda, and I'm a firm believer of, you do what you know. And if your parents didn't know to teach you, that's not their fault. They just taught you what they know. So financial literacy was something that came to play in my life because I wanted to be better at it. I wanted to educate myself. So one thing I would tell Sharonda is protect your credit. Okay? Protect your credit and plan for your credit now so that you can be in an even better position when your little one comes along. So she could be in a better position. Like, for example, me and my husband, right now, we're our goal for this year is to pay off all our credit cards. That's our goal. We're making leeway, and we get excited. We be so hyped because we want to get it to the point where our daughter, we can add her in as an author. She's only 2, but we can add her as an authorized individual. And only have, I don't know, like a subscription fee, like YouTube subscription fee, hit it, something small, just so it can show activity. And so that way, by the time she's 18, she can have an 800-something credit score. And we're also setting up a custodial IRA. And a lot of people are like, why would a 2-year-old have an IRA? But we're setting up a custodial IRA because by the time she's 18 or 21, we want her to be a millionaire. We want to make it, I'm a firm believer in take what your parents taught you, you use that, and then you enhance it to teach yours. Yes. And then they take that and they enhance it. It should never be stagnant.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree.
So, yeah, that's the thing. Take your credit seriously when at a young age, and take it so seriously that you're making preparations for your future children.
Yeah.
So that they can be in even better position than you. So take your time and be serious about your credit.
Love it. All right. Well, tell everybody where they can find you, how they can connect with you, because I'm sure they're going to want a little bit more of this knowledge that you kick today.
Okay. Well, everybody can find me. So I have the same handle, Perennial Financials, PERENNIAL Financials with an S at the end, on Facebook and Instagram. And then my website, if you want to schedule a consultation, is www.perennialfinancials.com. I have a promotion going on right now for new clients only. I can do a 30-minute discovery call for free because my consultations are usually $250 for the hour.
Okay.
So for new clients right now, a 30-minute discovery call. Just follow me on either Facebook or Instagram and shoot me a private message so that I can send you that specific link because it's not on my website.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is specifically for new clients. So you can DM me on either one of those platforms, Instagram or Facebook, Perennial Financials, and say, hey, I heard you on
a Tribe Call.
Yeah, I heard you on the Tribe Call, and I really would like to see if we can partner together. And then I'll forward you that specific link so you can do a free 30-minute consultation with me, and we can see if we will be a good fit for one another.
Okay, so you guys heard it here. DM her. This is someone telling you this is how you get.
You can slide in there. Go about business now. Right.
About business. But slide in so you can get that link so you can get 30 minutes to talk with her. She is full of a wealth of knowledge. Clearly, you heard it here today. I'm actually gonna schedule me a call because I'm like, listen, I think I need her in my financial life. So if you don't have someone that is giving you direction, helping you, this is probably a great time for you to get in contact with her. Well,
one more.
Go ahead.
One more. The QuickBooks Facebook group. It's a private group.
Okay.
It's if you're interested in that, you can ask about that on IG or Facebook as well, and I'll give you a link and I'll invite you. But if you go into Facebook and type it in, it's QuickBooks Help for Beginners. Type it in. It's a private group. I made it private because from my experience with a lot of my clients, even though they need help, they always feel like, oh, that's a dumb question. I'm like, ain't no dumb question.
Okay.
You know what you know, and you don't know what you don't know. That's it. So I made it private so people can feel more comfortable having these one-on-one conversations. And every Friday in this private Facebook group, I do a tutorial. I go live and we do, just in this group, I do, so you can ask whatever question you need help with. Like, I'm stuck on how to create a bill or an estimate, an invoice from an estimate, like whatever you, I'm trying to set up inventory and I can't find where to do the price. Whatever it is you have in QuickBooks. Okay. I'll do a poll. Y'all vote on the one we'll do. And on that Friday, I will walk through it in its entirety and I will answer everyone's question. So if you know you need that QuickBooks help, join the group in Facebook. It's QuickBooks Help for Beginners. And I will most definitely accept you into it.
Awesome. That is, listen, if y'all don't follow her, it's your own fault. If your finances still messed up, it's going to be your own fault. Because I'm bringing you the people that you need to be connected to. And definitely this is somebody. She is offering several opportunities for you to get it together. So if you don't, then it's your fault. But I'm going to remain connected. So... But I so appreciate you being on the show today. Thank you for your patience. We made it through this. I am excited. This gonna be the number one show right now. Watch, this gonna be the number one. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a message and be like, "Girl, look at how many people we got." We did it. Well, thank you everybody out there listening for another episode of A Tribe Called. Remember, I am Sharonda Niles, your business challenge assassin and your business best friend, bringing you the best of the best that you need to be connected to. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at in.connectionstrategies. That is all one word. And anything that you missed on the show that you want information on, if you don't know how to get in touch with the people, that is where you can slide into my DM and get it. Have an awesome rest of the week. Have enjoyed you guys. Stay tuned for the next one.